everybody. I'm going to be starting a 12-part series on the songwriting behind my album True Sounds of the West, and basically telling you the story behind each song and where they came from and how I came to write them. And so I'm going to kick it off with my personal favorite on the record, and it's a song called The Renegade. It's track number 10 on the record. It's about a feral horse in the southwestern United States. And what used to happen to control the feral horse population was they would call the herd, and they would take out the sick and the wounded, the old, the ones that couldn't make it and weren't good breeding stock. They would take them out. And that was deemed unfair by political activists, animal activists, what have you. And so the next step was to geld some of the studs to try to manage the population, because they're not indigenous to this continent and they're eating up on grazing lands and ranch lands and such things. So that was deemed unfair as well. So the solution to the problem was to herd these feral horses into basically camps or holding facilities, holding pens, and keep them there until they're adopted. But the problem is that the number of feral horses captured largely outweighs the number of horses that are adopted each year. So the numbers keep on growing, these holding pens, and they keep on growing, and they have to feed them every year, and it costs a lot of money. So this specific story was based on one of those horses' experiences. So that's where I got the line for the whole idea of the song was getting gathered by helicopter, and it was herded by bird that screamed like thunder, and never seen so much post and rail. You know, these horses were out on huge ranch lands and grazing lands and had never been in holding facilities, hadn't seen this many people in their lives, and the helicopters scare the bejesus out of them. So they get held in these pens, and if they do get adopted, you know, those are the lucky ones, really. I mean, a lot of them are held there for their lives. They die there in these small holding pens. But so this one horse in particular, you know, his father, the heart of a lion, ruled with hard hoof and teeth, is the leader of this herd, the king stud out there. And so he gets held in this facility, and he gets bought, and you know, he ends up getting gelded, and he just never quite gets along with anyone. And the final person that ends up with him, they end up just letting him back out into the prairie. And now he's got nothing. You know, he doesn't have his pride. He doesn't have his family. He doesn't have his herd. He doesn't have his breeding behind him anymore. You know, and so that's the story behind The Renegade, and kind of how I come to write it. And I really like that song. I think that it's the best written song on the album from my perspective. But if you guys have any questions or anything, if you want to keep me doing this thing, let me know, and we'll keep on doing her. Check out the link below for the song, and thanks for watching.